Welcome back to the Lips Reacts channel. I'm Lips, and we are continuing our The Walking Dead journey. I feel a little bit at peace. I was really sad to lose Tyrese, but I also, there's something about his death that feels, what was the line that they said? They said, it'll happen the way it's meant to happen or something. His death, I think there was still so much good that he could have done. I think that he was a valuable member to the team. And what's so very interesting about the last two deaths is it kind of counteracts things that people have been really trying to force, I feel, really trying to force me to believe before. If I'm ever going to believe it, I'm just simply not there yet, you know? And that is that I heard it mostly when the Shane of it all. And you guys probably know how I feel about Shane. And it was that, well, one, I was told that I would deserve to die and should die for not siding with Shane. And you got to also remember, or maybe not remember, but you got to know that my mentality is always going to be brat first. So if you tell me to feel something, I am going to stand 10 toes down. I'm actually going to chop off both of Bob's feet, stand 20 toes down, and not think what you tell me to think. Okay? You got to let me get there on my own. But I also will say, the full thought of it all is that good people can't survive in this world, and that the people who try to live with any sort of moral compass or with any good in their heart will die. And what I find to be really interesting is that, well, maybe the Tyrese of it all does counteract this, my feelings on it a little bit, but I think that Beth died because she tried to live that way. When her value and what she added and what the reason she gave everyone else, well, she gave like people like Daryl like a heart, like not should give him his heart, but she gave people this morale boost, you know? She gave people this little ray of sunshine, this moment to feel connection and to feel human. And she lost sight of that because the world was so dark, and because she didn't have this other group that still saw humans as humans. They saw humans as commodities. They saw, I don't know, it was a really gross, like, hierarchy of utilizing humans to advance in the world, or I don't really know the right way to describe it, and I'm not trying to talk about that right now, so I'm not going to go too far into that. But what happened in that hospital definitely changed Beth in a way that she did lose sight of the things that made her who she was, and she's been hearing all this time that she needs to change, that she's kind of a burden, and the hospital really laid that in on her. You're a burden. And I don't think that's what she ever wanted to be, but it's interesting because it's like, yes, what your value added, what her strengths were in the group, yeah, sure. If she was on night watch, maybe she shouldn't be on night watch alone, you know? But I still think she added value. And when she switched to that side, when she tried to murder Dawn, that's when she died. And also because the way she tried to murder Dawn was dumb. In the neck would have been better, but I digress on that. That wasn't her strength. That wasn't her strong suit. So, and then I think with Tyrese's is very interesting because he did not want to change. And you saw that from Sasha where she said, I've changed. You haven't changed, and that's good. And I do think to an extent that's good. I think physically Tyrese was built to be more of a protector. I think it's interesting because I think if the Karen of it all hadn't happened, I do think how he viewed killing people would have been a little bit different. Because I think after that, he struggled with all of it. I mean, he always kind of had like a strong moral compass, but I mean, we saw him fighting and shooting his gun at the prison. But then when it comes to like one-on-one stuff, I don't know, he just believed too much that he couldn't take that leap. And I think what did him in more than that was that he actually could take that leap. He had it in him, and that scared him. And he was keeping his eyes open to what was going on in the world. Sure, he wasn't shying away from the fact that the world had changed and it required something different of you, but he did close his eyes to who he was changing into. Because I do think that that person that would have survived was in him. And I don't think that he didn't survive because he's the type of guy that saves babies. I don't think that's it. I think you can be both. But I think it was in those moments where he didn't let him, I think you could like see it in his face and see it in his acting, where he would like almost go to kill someone and then he would stop, he would think about it, and he wouldn't do it. And I think that's really interesting because he closed his eyes to what he needed to do because he was continuing to put the original world's morals on what he was doing. And he saw everyone as somebody's baby, you know? And that is interesting because that does kind of back up what people really want, where people really want me to be mentally, that the people who think like that, people who save babies, don't deserve to and can't survive in this world. And I, deep in my heart, I don't believe that. I think Tyrese died because he was struggling with it. I think we've seen enough bad people die as well that it proves that if you do enough bad things, people are going to want you to die. And you help turn those people into more monstrous characters. It's all really convoluted. I think it's all really nuanced, but I don't think that you have to die in this world. And there were two things that I didn't pick up on last episode. And sorry, I know that this is a little bit of a longer intro into today's episode, but one is Glenn. I think I pinned a comment that had Glenn in it a little bit, but the way he talked about it was very slow, and it was like 1/10 of a sentence, and then the next 10th of that thought, and then the next, and I was like, what are we talking about anymore? So he had said something, and it made more sense when I was editing it, when I heard it again. So he was saying that back at Terminus, he made the group stop for the guy in the shipping container. And then he was saying he's not the type of guy that would stop anymore because of what they've been through since Terminus. And it makes me a little bit sad on that front, because I really loved when we stopped. I did. I stood by that. I stand by it. It obviously didn't work out. Whoever was in that was a bad guy, or seemed to be a bad guy, and he died anyway. But I stood by that, continuing to be good people, or trying to be good people. So I don't know. The Glenn of it all, it made me a little sad, but I was also a little distracted by his very nice outfit. And then the last little thing I will point out is that whilst I was editing, I did notice that what was going on in that little hometown of Noah's was clearly very malicious. Now, when we walked in, I was like, what had happened here? Because it looked like there had been bombs, which made me think of the prison, and it made me think of the governor. And then we saw the halves of the bodies, right? And then we have all these, that episode was so good in like the artistic, in the way that it's just going back and forth. And I think I was in the moment trying to listen to the radio things that were happening for Tyrese's little like losing consciousness. And I was trying to see if those connected to what was happening in this world at the moment, or where we were going next. And maybe they did, because the title of that episode is What Happened and What's Going On. So maybe it'll all come around. But I did notice when I was editing that there was like spray paint that said like wolves nearby or something. And then when the torsos and the heads fell out of that truck that we crashed into, I noticed that the walker's head had a W on it, which then I think back to the wolves. So I did pick up on that when I was editing. So excited to see if that comes into play as well. But I'm just happy to be here, and I'm glad that you're here, and I'm glad that we're all here together. And I'm just realizing that I'm going to need to move my camera, so I'm over to this side. Let me do that right now. You want to go on a journey? Let's go on a journey. Oh, wrong way. Wrong journey. Wrong lever. Okay. Okay. I'm ready to get into this. I feel at peace. I feel okay today. So I hope it doesn't come for me too freaking hard. But if it does, it does. Whatever. I'll see you in episode 10. Maggie. Maggie. She feels safe there. Oh, Maggie. Is that our slim pickings on food? Oh, well, right in the gullet. Dead frogs. Oh. Dead frogs in a dry creek. There's a lot of those. You gonna cover them all up? This poor group. Maggie looks just empty. Sasha's just lost Bob and her brother. Maggie's lost her dad and her sister.
It's been a day and a half.
No water in a day and a half?
I didn't find any either. How do you know? I know.
Uh-oh.
How much longer we got?
Not long.
60 miles.
Oh, to Washington?
I wasn't talking about that.
Yeah. How much longer we got in our souls. And also in our physical bodies if we can't drink water. You would think that this song gives me trauma. Like, you'd think that I'd hear this song and I'd be like, ah! But I'm just like, maybe that's just my mental state today. I'm feeling good. Don't. Oh, God. Maybe this is how I'm starting my day. This is the first piece of work. First recording that I'm doing of the day. Don't do it to me.
We're out, just like the other one.
So we walk.
But it's 60 miles to Washington. You'd think you'd be getting a little closer to civilization. And like...
We're not at our strongest.
Definitely not.
We'll get them when it's best. They're not going anywhere. It's been 3 weeks since Atlanta. I know you lost something back there.
It's in 3 weeks. Jeez.
We need to find water. Food.
Yeah, we do.
We'll hit some in the road.
I'm gonna head out. See what I can find.
I'll go with you.
Hey, I got it.
Oh,
You gonna stop me?
I'm not.
Tell us when we're looking for water.
What is it?
I think it's used to play music.
Oh, stop.
It's broken.
Thanks, Carl.
That makes me think of Beth. That was really sweet of him.
I used to joke these things were leftovers from the days of hair shirts. Church actually made shirts out of hair.
Oh.
So if you wore it, you could atone just a little for your sins.
I know what a hair shirt is.
I didn't.
My daddy was religious. I used to be.
Interesting. Okay.
If you ever want to talk about your father or about Beth,
Please stop.
Oh. She lost her faith
Whenever you're
probably
ready,
the
I'm
moment
here.
her dad died.
You never even
Not
met them.
before. Oh. That's true. But
I know you're in pain.
You don't know shit.
Oh.
You had a job. You were there to save your flock, right? But you didn't.
But you didn't.
You hid.
I think I feel a little
Don't
bit...
act like that didn't happen.
I think I get that. I think that's kind of how I feel a little bit about it. Like, I don't know that I would have taught... Well, she's grieving. I'll give her that. This is bleak. This is not good. We look like we're the walkers. We're the walking dead.
We can take them. Looks right. I barely have anything left. I can take them.
Stop. Sasha.
Your brother was pissed too. After what he lost, it made him stupid. We are not the same.
It did make him stupid.
We never were.
It made him soft, but in an interesting way.
Oh, it's too dry. There ain't nothing here.
Maybe we should start back.
You go.
I think she saved my life.
Beth, she did.
She saved your life too, right?
Oh, yeah, she did.
It was hers. We're not dead. You have to let yourself feel it.
No. I mean, we can just drink Rick's sweat. I don't see a problem with it. You need a little salt for electrolytes anyway, so. Oh. This is so smart. It matches where they're at with their energy. It allows them to clear. Oh, Sasha. Yeah, Sasha's angry. So she's feeling a different kind of energy.
Stay in line. Flank her. Keep in control.
Plan just got dicked.
Yep.
Stop. Just get out of here.
The way that they showed up. Ah! Holy shit. Heck, oh shit, she just cut Abraham.
I told you to stop.
They showed up for her, but they're not gonna let that go so easily. Like, you can't put the rest of the group in danger. Oh, standoff. Oh, her and Tyrese are so alike in their grief. Which I think everyone handles. I think the exploration of grief has been really interesting as of late, and how it affects your ability to think.
Way out in the woods. Circle back.
Yeah, come with.
No.
Oh. Oh my god. Did this person die of starvation as a hostage in the back of this car? I don't know. Oh, that was really dark. Don't do that.
Maggie. There's one in there. And I shut it and it's still in there.
I think that this person was like a hostage or something. Oh, that's dark. I don't trust meat after the whole prison outbreak incident. Oh. Why does it look like he's smiling?
So all we found was booze? It's not gonna help.
That's
He
only
knows
gonna
that.
hurt, honestly.
It's gonna make it worse.
He knows.
Yes, it is.
He knows that. He's
He's a grown man.
There we go, Eugene.
I truly do not know if things can get worse.
They can.
Oh? They can. When that sign said wolves, oh, those aren't wolves. Those are feral fucking dogs. Oh, hungry feral fucking dogs. Kinda had to happen. I feel like the word dog has a connotation of like your pet, but those were more like bears. You know what I mean? Like the kind of fear. Are we gonna eat them? Actually, we should, right? We should, I guess. Hey, better than eating humans. It was somebody's pet. Oh no, it was not acting like a pet though.
Your brother tried to help me. I don't know if I'm gonna make it.
Then you won't.
Oh, well,
Don't think. Just eat.
That is kind of what killed Tyrese, thinking. So, she's kind of right. Everyone just disassociating. Symbolic, but also good. Not because I feel a type of way similar to how Maggie feels about it, but like, he looked so uncomfortable. If God is real, he doesn't care. I promise you that. About what you're wearing.
I never thought she was alive.
That explains
After
that.
Daddy, I don't know.
That explains why she never brought her up.
And then finding out that she was. And then she wasn't in the same day. And before, this was just the dark part. And I don't know if I want to fight it anymore.
Maggie.
You do. And maybe it's a curse nowadays. But I don't think so.
I don't think so either. It is not a curse. Damn, Abraham, you almost finished that whole thing?
The way you're going, fear was going to make things worse.
Oh, call her out. True. True.
You with friends?
Yeah.
We're not friends.
Well, you're gonna get somebody killed, Sasha. And I'm gonna look back on this and I'm gonna be mad at you for it.
Daryl. We can make it together. But we can only make it together.
True. Good reminder. Good truth.
Tell him I was looking for water.
Daryl, please stop going off alone. I know you can handle yourself, but like... So you think he's thinking about when him and Beth burnt that cabin down? Ow. Just to feel something? I love him so much. From a friend.
We don't know who left it.
If that's a trap, we already happen to be in it. But I, for one, would like to think it is indeed from a friend.
Water?
Eugene, what are you doing, dude?
Quality assurance.
Oh, well, that was wasteful. Oh, but also shows that he forgives Eugene. But also reminds me of the Beth of it all because, like, you gotta pay it off. Water. We didn't need that. Look at that. Cue Hillary Duff. Let the rain fall down. Let it wash away all the pain. You know what I mean? That would feel so good. Some people, the saddest people in this group right now are just so unable. They're struggling. This is not good. This is a bad storm. This is like...
Let's keep moving.
Uh-oh. That went from hallelujah.
The barn. Where?
The Bible. Oh, Maggie. She might find her way back to it. I hate seeing them so weak. I really do. It makes me so sad. It makes me assume that they, like, were starving to death.
She had a gun. She could have shot herself. Some people can't give up. Like us.
Like us. I was gonna say, like, this whole group. Is Maggie contemplating it? What was that look? Maggie, baby?
He's gonna be okay. He bounces back
He does.
more than any of us do.
That's true.
I used to feel sorry for kids that have to grow up now. But I think I got it wrong. Growing up is getting used to the world.
This isn't the world. This isn't it.
It's the second time she's reminded Rick to essentially touch grass.
It might be.
She might tether him back. It might be. It might be.
Might.
That's giving up.
That's reality until we see otherwise. This is what we have to live with.
I think they're all saying. I think they're more. They're closer in how they think than it sounds. I just think it's a matter of perception.
I asked my grandpa once if he ever killed any Germans in the war. He wouldn't answer. So I asked if the Germans ever tried to kill him. He said he was dead the minute he stepped into enemy territory. Told himself, rest in peace. Now get up and go to war. We do what we need to do. And then we get to live.
We just can't fully lose ourselves along the way, in my opinion.
That we are the walking dead.
Oh.
Wait, them.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it depends on the person for me. Because I think both mentalities are good for
we're not.
different personalities. Some people need a reminder that, like,
Wait,
sometimes you might have to kill. We ain't them. And some people need the opposite. I don't know. No. You're joking, right? This is a nightmare, right? Just shut up. We can't catch a break. They all came together. Holy shit, the music, this sound right now. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, really? We're fine? Oh, Maggie. What do you think about when you look at that cute little baby? We survived. Oh, Daryl. We're not thriving. Just seeing Daryl Dixon sad really hits me in the stomach.
It's okay to rest now.
He was tough.
He was.
He was.
So was she.
So was Beth, yeah.
She didn't know it. But she was.
Yeah. That's who Maggie should talk to.
The gearbox had some grit in it.
Thank you.
Oh, God. Whoever left us that water killed them for us. Oh, no, the trees, the storm. It's a good thing we were in that barn. Holy crap. Why does it look like a freaking tornado came through?
Should have torn us apart.
Was it a tornado?
It didn't.
Symbolic, once again. It should have torn us apart. All of it. The metaphorical storm that we've all been going through. But look at that. The sun rises again. Sometimes that's all you can count on.
Why are we here? For this. Noah, that kid, he said he didn't know if he can make it. That's how I feel.
Wow. So when she said, then you won't.
You're gonna make it.
She was saying that to herself. Oh.
Both of us, we will.
Hell yeah.
That's the hard part.
Giving up is easier. So much easier.
Daryl fixed it.
It broke again.
Hey. Hi. Oh, I didn't mean to interrupt.
I immediately don't trust him. Nope.
My name is Aaron. I know. It's stranger danger.
Uh-huh.
I'm a friend.
So you're the one who left the note. I don't trust him. I don't trust anyone.
I'd like to talk
that meets
to
me
the
with their
person in
hands
charge.
in their pocket, you know?
Rick, right?
How the fuck do you know his name? How?
I have good news.
Maybe he does have good news. How do they do it? episode after episode. Yeah, they do the good big emotions well. You know, they do the good deaths. They do good, even like fight scenes. But the amount of feeling, the amount of storytelling in this episode, the amount of connection to the characters and giving you different perspectives in this world, in this one episode, and also showing us the symbolism, like going for like the storm should have killed us, it should have torn us apart, but it didn't. That actual literal storm, but also the storm of the apocalypse, the storm of the zombies, you know, the we're not them of it all. We're not them. The Walking Dead of it all. We're the Walking Dead. It is so good, and it is just so like, yes, you can distill it down to like be really simple, and you can take it away and you don't have to overthink it. But you can also like dive into it a little bit more. You can get a little bit juicier with it. But it's all right there for you. And it's so beautifully, beautifully done. And then it's also so haunting. But then it's like, does that music's box playing mean, hey, good things are coming? I mean, in this world, no. Good things are never coming. And, you know, I never trust a man well, not just a man, but I don't trust it walking up on anyone with their hands in their pocket. They don't even need to literally be in their pocket, you know, but like if their hands are not on a gun, they're not prepared for that. That scares me. Now, obviously, if you're going to approach us, then you have to have your hands up. You can't just have your gun out. I think at this point, with everyone's mentalities, I'm assuming the rest of the world, for the most part, feels the same. If you're walking up to me with a gun out, I might just shoot. But obviously a conversation leads to more opportunity for storytelling, though. So, there's that. But yeah, so such a good episode. We see how the morale of the group is so low. We see some tough love for people. We see grief. We see grief. We see how grief shadows and fogs up different people's minds in different ways. But then we also see people struggle with, why am I choosing to live? What am I living for? What is even worth it at this point? But still, for whatever reason, choosing life, which is not the easy way. The easier way would just be get it over with, goodbye, you know? But they're not. They are... It's interesting. The description of this show is the group searches desperately for food and takes refuge from a raging storm in an abandoned barn. I feel like the emotional refuge that this group finds is with each other. The storm is the other people and the world feeling like it's totally against them, and the refuge is each other. And that's what it is. It's about the connection. It's about the people. It's about love. It's about living. And everything that living entails. Laughs, tears. And I feel like not that we had a reset button, but I just feel like I kind of see where people are, see where their morale's at. I continue to see, I don't know, I didn't disagree with what Rick was saying, because I do think that, I find it a little bit interesting. I feel like Michonne and Rick and people and even Glenn in that group, they're saying a lot of the same things in different ways. Now, Daryl might be on the outside of that, or Daryl just isn't in a place for it. I do think Daryl is like our guiding light. Like, he's our beacon. Him and Michonne are there to remind us like about humanity, why we live, doing good, like being good people, etc. So I think that upsets him, because also he's been kind of closely watching Rick veer farther and farther away from that, and finding excuses for that. Now, do those excuses at times save our life? Absolutely. So it's obviously a little bit complex in nature. But Rick has is giving people less and less leeway as he becomes harder and harder to the world. And I do think at some point that will get Rick killed. because he's gonna piss off the wrong person, you know. That would be my assumption of how that storyline could go. I'm very interested in Rick's storyline because I don't know. He was such a center point, but at the beginning, and now I feel like sometimes he's the least interesting character on the screen, respectfully. But I think that's because they did a really, really good job of building up other characters, not making it just the Rick Grimes show. And I think the show is better for that. I love Rick Grimes. Love his character. Very interested in his character arc. But like, I don't know. But I do think his story right now is very interesting because he is really leaning more towards... I mean, he sees it as being at war, but I know he doesn't mean at war with the zombies. I know he means at war with other people. And so he sees everyone as an enemy. And to liken that to Nazi Germany, that's a very, like, that's a big thing to do. And seeing what we've seen, seeing some of the things that we've seen, I obviously do not want to be disrespectful, but we have come across some monsters, you know? So I see why he would take an allegory from his life, a lesson that he learned from his grandpa, and bring that into this situation. I can see the links to that. And I can also understand and respect why Daryl rejects that sentiment. But then I just think that like some people need that reminder. I don't know. I think for me, I would kind of need someone to be like, we just kind of have to, I would need someone to make those excuses for me a little bit. Now, is that right? Probably not, actually, now that I'm really thinking about it. Maybe I am. I mean, because I do think about, obviously, I have a huge bias just towards anything that Norman Reedus does. So his Daryl Dixon's perspective in that, actually, now that I'm really diving a little bit more into that, and then I'm thinking about where he learned those lessons from, where his heart comes from, Beth. I mean, you know, what has influenced him, the pain he's seen, and how he still continues to reject those excuses to just do bad things and lead with a cold heart and a closed door. Yeah. I actually think I understand, and I do. I reject it a little bit more, and also because Michonne is like, no, that's giving up, and she's right. It is giving up. Obviously, you have to stay safe. You have to know that other people out there are monsters, but that hasn't changed from today's world. Maybe being a woman adds an extra. Like, it takes away, I think, a little bit of the mental jump you have to take to see the humans around you as dangers, because there's not like a night that I wouldn't go out on the street and take a walk, or like walk from like the restaurant near me to my house and not be on edge, you know? There's already this element when I go out into the world of like being scared of other humans around me. So perhaps that makes it an easier like thing to wrap my head around, because I'm already afraid that there are human monsters out there. I don't even need an apocalypse for that. So I wonder if that perspective of life, living in the shoes, living the life that I've lived. I do think that our own personal perspectives in life do influence how media is consumed and like how we interpret media. So I do think that I've always kind of said that like we can't just go bad because the world is bad, because I already think there are monsters in the world, and I wouldn't excuse that behavior today, so I don't excuse it here. Though I do think that the line of the balance of like what we have to do is different. Like if somebody did something bad to me, I wouldn't go out and kill them. In this world, I would go through the legal system, you know, but like there is no legal system in their world. So And people with free reign, you know, I do think that there's something that you have to kind of allow with like the killing of people when they are, I don't know, cannibals, murderers, rapists, things like that. Sure, kill them. Kill them all. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. That's just a little right off the head. Great episode. Really phenomenal episode. I felt like we had a good enough time talking through and talking at the end, so I'm going to let you go. I'll be back here Tuesday for episode 11, and we'll get to know more about who this guy is that knows our name. That's not creepy at all. That's not unsettling at all. At least he's not hiding the fact that he knows our name, but like, how do you know my name? I don't love that. See you in the next one.